Gemini, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. It is, well, we're still in Taurus season. I was going to say it's a new week. It's, you know, things are starting to settle down, calm down a little bit. We had a full moon in Scorpio to start off the week, which kind of heightened, enlivened everything. We're kind of coming off of that energy right now. And what I'm liking in the astrology is we're seeing a little bit more of that earth element take root, meaning that it's helping to bring in balance from all the emotions, the tension, the aggression that we've been feeling. The full moon definitely highlighted some of those aspects, and relationships are heavily in focus, especially dealing with people, situations that are making it hard, right? That are making things difficult. Change is inevitable, right now. We can't escape it. Pluto moved into Aquarius back in November, and it's going to be there for the next 20 years or so. And so it's giving us an opportunity to reset how we are showing up for ourselves, to align better with the things that our heart actually wants, that brings us happiness, fulfillment, that maybe, on some level, it's not the most practical thing, or we feel like we're going to get some backlash from it, but it's actually stuff that we can make happen, that we can make possible. And I think is really important in this time right now. Aligning with self, not being afraid to claim the life that you want. So that's why I like to start off with these energy cleansings, just kind of set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out any blocks, obstacles, limitation we might be coming into. It's also a really good time to set your own intention for the reading as well, especially if you've come into this with something on your heart, on your mind, something you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over, be open to receive. It's a great way to personalize these collective readings. And I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing and wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, etc., or if you are looking for more of that realignment of self, mind, body, soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we are in alignment with ourselves, meaning when we know ourselves, our wants, our needs, our desires, etc., that's when we're manifesting from a space of abundance. That's really what calls in our happiness and wish fulfillment, like I was just talking about. So I would love to help in whatever way possible. Definitely hit me up. All the info to get into contact with me, Gemini, is in the description box below. All right, with that, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love, Mama. All right, so like I was saying, like things are balancing out a little bit more, and I feel like your energy could really use that balance. I feel like you're being taken for a ride. I don't know, maybe whoever that resonates for, don't pick it up if it doesn't vibe with you. But I get this sense of like feeling a little tired or just like done and over with something. Maybe you have been on, getting sucked into someone's drama, someone's bad moods, bad behaviors, etc. It feels like with your overarching energy as commit, I'm hearing like you have to commit to a side, right? Like, or commit to your belief is probably a better way to say that. Like if you are dealing with someone who is kind of like pulling you through the ringer this way and that, etc., I feel like you've maybe been giving them a little bit too much leeway, a little too much rope, so to speak. Not necessarily always a bad thing, right? Because people have to learn their lessons. But there is this value where you've been living in more of a fight or flight, not really feeling that sense of grounding and support, right? You're kind of just doing whatever you need to do in the moment to solve the problem, but really struggling to look at things from that long-term perspective. And I feel like that's why this commit card is coming out, because Spirit really wants you to be able to not only like evaluate what's happening, not only evaluate the people, the situations that you're dealing with, especially the people who are stringing you along or making your life more difficult, and make some choices out of that, right? Like once you have that information, setting up some boundaries. It's almost like I'm hearing like living in some of that disappointment, Gemini. Not being able to get out of that cycle, not being able, sometimes like especially when relationships, people, situations, they don't work out how we want them to, it can be really easy to live in this state of regret, right? Shoulda, woulda, coulda, wishing it was this way, that, the other. And then we often, as humans, like will try over and over and over again to try to get it right, or try to get it to be what we originally thought it was going to be. Unfortunately, right now in the astrology, in the collective, I don't want to say it's not an option, but if you're not aware of that, if you let something rope you back in because of your regret, but not necessarily addressing the problems and the issues, that's where it gets a little sticky. That's where it gets a little dicey. And essentially with the soul in your blocked energy, Spirit's saying that you're not paying enough attention to yourself. You're not paying enough attention to your wants and your needs, and operating from that perspective versus how can I appease the situation? How can I appease this person? Because they look like, whatever you're dealing with, they look like someone who is just combative. They're on the defensive. I feel like either like they fight just to fight is what I'm hearing. Maybe it's just like they get off on that, or that's like the only way they know how to communicate, etc. But they're mean. They're very mean. And with the sun in your energy this week, you see this. You see this 100%. Maybe in the spaces that like you were questioning before, it's hard to deny, right? The sun it's hard to deny presently. The sun brings complete clarity to what's happening. This person, I don't know what's going on with them, but a lot of, we've been having a lot of fire element in the astrology, and fire is that value of tension, aggression, frustration, etc. And so when people are not taking care of their shit, it looks like this, right? Everything is a fight. Everything is a battle. And I'm almost hearing like maybe you're trying to like make it okay, or you're trying to do everything you possibly can off that list to hope that they will come around. But you're also seeing that this is someone who's just not, again, it's not what you thought it was originally. I'm hearing they presented a certain front, a certain persona, and that's what got you looped in. And I feel like you're still kind of trying to go after that original idea. Still trying to figure out, well, how can I make it work? I mean, like I said, I do see that you are a little bit more aware this week than what you have been in the past. In the past, it looks like it was easier to be a little bit more flippant or despondent with your decision makings because you are giving them the benefit of the doubt. Literally, this person has all fire energy, very immature. And so I feel like, and this has been kind of a theme this week in the collective, where you're not ready to make any decisions quite yet. I do feel like some of this awareness is still unfolding this week, where it feels sad, it's not just like the reality of who and what this person's situation is, but it's also the disappointment that brings. And I feel like you're really working to just kind of find balance. Like I was saying in the very beginning, you're done with the back and forth, the roller coaster, the high highs, low lows. You want things to be more grounded and stable. And I feel like, honestly, silver lining, maybe it doesn't feel that great this week, Gemini, but there is this value that like you are actually giving yourself the space, the grace that you need to find courage to choose yourself first. It's hard. I don't think this is an easy decision, or you know that it's like, okay, because it basically looks like this person is causing a lot of drama. It looks like they're forcing you. Like, I don't think you guys are on the same page about things, but they're trying to force you to get on their page. And the way that they're going about it feels a little bit brutal. But I also think, like I said, it's the silver lining that is going to help you establish better boundaries. Not only establish better boundaries, but also have awareness around how you want those boundaries to look. Like I said, it feels like in the past, you gave them a lot of leeway. You gave them a lot of grace, a lot of credit. It will be fine. They're just in a bad space, or whatever you were saying to convince yourself. I love this for you, Gemini, Queen of Swords energy. And now it's time to cut out the bullshit. Queen of Swords, is able to make the best decision for her, even if it hurts, even if it sucks, even if there is grief and sadness. On some level, you're making a choice between your heart. Like, this is for your own self. This is for your own sanity. And also the thing, it's making a choice towards the thing that's actually going to nourish and support you. I love this with this 8 of Cups energy. Oh, 9 of Cups, sorry. Well, I'm hearing 8 of Cups because 8 of Cups comes obviously before the 9, just in case you didn't know. No, but this value of like 8 of Cups is about walking away from toxicity. It's about not letting people, situations loop us back in. And that's a lot of what we're dealing with right now. Pluto's tensely aspected to Black Moon Lilith. I've been talking about this a lot. And it's basically this manipulative energy where people will try to lie, manipulate the situation, or maybe even just say like, oh, I'm going to do it better next time. And then they don't do shit about it, right? Release some of the anger. I think that's super appropriate. I would say that more to like this person, whatever you're dealing with. But you know, it can be really enraging when someone can't get their shit together, or when you're seeing the ways it's unnecessary conflict. That's what this person is engaging in. And that in and of itself can be really heartbreaking. You know, anger is more of a surface emotion, meaning that it's covering up the hurt, the pain that we're feeling when people can't get their shit together, right? But this is also that value. I love this self-appreciation. Gemini, you are enough. You are enough. And recognizing that, validating that for yourself, living out of that energy, doing some healing around this, believing that things will work out, the magic of life, right? That even if someone is taking you on their roller coaster, you can get off at any time, right? You can get off at any time. And I feel like that's actually where you are going to find your silver lining, your blessings this week, is through, yes, mourn, do what you need to do, but also allow yourself to recognize why you keep putting yourself back in this dynamic, or why you keep giving them the benefit of the doubt, and maybe do a little work around that. I feel like you're going to get the clarity you need, because as you move forward, you're ready to set these boundaries. I don't think it's going to be easy per se. We've been seeing this a lot. Not everyone's going to like it or understand, but at the same time, 100%, this is about you. So Gemini, thank you so much for your time, energy always. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I would love to hear, or say hey, share in a little love, a little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support to the channel. No, I'm sending it back your way.